Hello loves, welcome to another video. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. If you have not yet subscribed, but you've been here a while, make sure you do the same thing. Before we dive into this video today, go check out the links in the description below. There are tons of free gifts for you down there to really get you kickstarted in a deeper way than just these videos, although you can go and binge as many videos on here as you'd like, as well as some ways to work with me one-on-one with some really accessible options as well. So if you are ready to take that next step, definitely go check out the links in the description below. For this month of February 2022, we also have a giveaway going on for the launch celebration of this YouTube channel. That is going to be the top link in the description below. You can get all the details on how to enter and what prizes we are giving away for the month of February. All right, let's dive into today's video. Today's video is what I like to call a technique video. A technique video is also a practical practice video. So I'm going to be giving you tools. We're going to be talking about very specific things that you can either implement or processes that we can go through together, that we will be going through together in this video, so that you can actually get the actionable transformation right here and now. Okay, so what we're talking about today is anchoring. Anchoring is a very, very powerful tool, and we're going to be talking about it in regards to anchoring with oils specifically. I am planning on doing a few videos of different ways that you can anchor, so make sure you stay tuned for those if that is of interest to you. Let's just start off by talking about what anchoring actually is. Anchoring is an NLP technique, a neuro-linguistic programming technique, where we work together with the subconscious mind to create positive triggers for ourselves so that we can tap into the emotions and the states that we want to be in that are going to benefit us in whatever it is that we're doing. So I really love to use anchoring when it comes to work and productivity and focus and motivation, as well as when it comes to the other side of that scale, which is rest and pleasure and slowing down and playing and doing the things that have nothing to do with work. So we have work and we have life. And a lot of the times what ends up happening is we have a hard time shifting between those two. We feel like they need to be compartmentalized, that they need to be separate. And the shift into getting focused and being productive oftentimes just takes so long. And that's when we start to procrastinate. That's when we start to lose motivation. And so what we really want to do is be setting you up to have all the pieces in place so that it's really easy for you to tap into that productivity, to tap into that motivation and that focus, okay? So again, anchoring then is a really powerful technique to do that, because what we're doing is we're teaching the mind, the subconscious mind specifically, to respond to the particular trigger so that we can easily tap into that state. And I will, for sure, now that I'm thinking about it, make a video on the subconscious mind and what the difference is between the subconscious mind and the conscious mind so that I can explain that in more detail. But I really want this video to be focused solely on implementing the technique. So what you're going to do to anchor with oils is pick a specific oil. I have Awaken from Young Living. This is an oil that I used over a year ago to anchor in this specific thing that I'm going to share with you today. But really, whatever you want to use, you can also, I've seen clients do this, use aromatherapy, incense, candles, things like that. Whatever feels good to you. I personally love to use Young Living and oils because I know that they're really good and the quality is really good, and that's important to me. So what we're going to do to anchor is first and foremost decide what it is that you're wanting to anchor in and when it is that you're wanting to do this anchoring, okay? Again, the triggers are going to come at very specific times, and so it's important that we're really planning this out before we start implementing this, okay? So what I used Awaken for, and this is exactly what I'm going to walk you through now. You can choose to pick a different state if you would like to and just apply what I'm saying to a particular state that you've chosen. But I'm going to walk you through with this example. So the state that I chose was productivity and tapping into getting focused at the beginning of my day, okay? The state is simply how you are showing up. It's the emotion that you are showing up in, okay? So like I said, I chose this oil Awaken. And what I would do is at the beginning of every workday when I sat down at my desk, I would open my oil and I would apply it to my wrist and I would rub it in just like this. and take a deep breath. And once I started doing that every single day, when I sat down to work, when I was ready to be productive, the third piece here, before I go into that explanation, is that whatever state that you are committed to anchoring in with this oil, I want you to spend at least 5 minutes right after you do the anchoring, really practicing being in that state. So for me, anchoring in productivity and motivation meant that the first thing I did after I put this oil on was plan out my day and then start acting on that. So I didn't plan out my day and then open up Instagram and start scrolling. I didn't put this oil on and then, switch on the TV. I was really intentional that as soon as I put this oil on, it meant that I was getting focused so that my brain would make the connection between the smell of this oil and the action and the state of getting focused and tapping into that productivity. Does that make sense? So whatever state you choose, and I recommend for the first time through really just following what I shared, picking the state of productivity, focus, motivation. This doesn't mean that your whole day has to be super productive. But once you anchor in that first section, that first part of your morning, for example, right when you sit down to work, anchoring in with one specific oil and repeatedly using that one specific oil every time you sit down to work, what's going to end up happening is every time you smell that specific oil, your brain is automatically going to get into that state of, all right, let's go. I'm ready to be focused. I'm ready to work. And now that I've done this for over a year, when I need a little bit of a boost, so for example, if I have lots of calls in the afternoon, I personally know that the afternoon/evening is not when I'm most productive. It's just not where my brain is like on and ready to go. This is an amazing technique to use because I can put it on, smell it, and immediately tap back into that emotional state of being productive, of being focused, okay? And it's really amazing to have a tool like this for the days where you maybe don't feel so productive, but you know that you need to get, 30, 40 an hour of work done. And you really just need that focused time. So I'm going to do a few more videos on anchoring. I think this is a really powerful technique and there's lots of different ways to use it, but this is definitely one of my favorites because it's really easy. And the last thing I will say is to just give yourself some time to actually implement this, okay? It might take a few weeks. I give it at least 3 months to really get into that place of, oh, yes, when I smell the smell, I feel productive. When I smell the smell, I feel productive. Give yourself time to implement it. It's not going to happen overnight, but show up with that positive intention that this works because it does. All right, my loves, good luck implementing this anchoring technique with oils. Let me know how it went in the comments. Share your biggest takeaway with me. Have you done this before? Has it worked for you? Once you do it this round, let me know in the comments below. And also let me know what other emotions you'd like to anchor in, what other things you'd like to potentially use this for. And like I said, I have some more fun videos on this topic coming your way. I wish you a lovely rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.